Hi, my name is GiGi. My real name is Pearlie van Schalkwyk. I come from Paarl in the Western Cape. That's where I grew up. I am one of the co-owners of the Lollipop Lounge, a lap dancing venue in Randburg. I'm also the co-owner of a little distill in Stanford, where we make grappa, lukiers and mampoer. And then I'm also the co-owner of the Big Six Guest House in Randburg.
The life of the exotic showgirl, it's very limited.
It's short-lived.
You've only got X amount of years that you can really perform. I would say the majority of showgirls, after 40, they stop dancing.
I've got girls here that's 48, 47, but she will come to me constantly and say, "Gigi, am I looking too old?" So it's a short-lived career, and that's why young girls coming into the industry, I tell them to stay focused because they're here to make money.
The life of a showgirl highly depends on how often you work. If you're full-time, I would say that a lot of your life does revolve around it, seeing as you're working most nights. You have to give up time during the day to be able to sleep. I'm lucky as I'm only working part-time. I have things to do during the day. It gives me time to focus on my studies. It gives me time to do other part-time jobs as well.
They're not here to fall in love with the clients, to fall in love with the bouncers. They're here to make money and put their money away and save their money because it's a short-lived career.
No, definitely do not fall in love. There are girls who have fallen in love. There are countless guys who try and fall in love. I mean, the amount of wedding proposals you get, marriage proposals are quite ridiculous, I must say. The biggest problem with it is that you start feeling bad to ask him to pay for a dance or to tip you. You feel bad for asking him to pay for spending time with you. Because yes, this is our time. We do work a lot with time and money, so if we're going to spend more than an hour with you while there are other people waiting, we do need to ask payment. If you start liking the guy, you're going to start sitting there and waiting there, postponing, and you're going to start losing money, and the client is obviously going to start taking chances. Our biggest problem is you don't know whether they're serious about you or whether they're just doing it to get special favors.
If you're going to need to drink to dance, if you're going to need to take anything to make you want to get onto that stage and take your clothes off, then you shouldn't be a dancer.
I think the first part was at varsity.
My father was a composer, so I grew up in a house with a lot of music, a lot of classical music. I did ballet, mime, and then I went to study at Stellenbosch University. The last thing ever on my mind would be that I would end up owning a lap dancing venue.
I think it was Equus, I'm there to stand to be corrected.
But I was one of the first students at Stellenbosch that took my clothes off on stage, and we did a full frontal nude scene in a production called Equus, and I had to put photos of my parents in the foyer as not to allow them into the theatre because my dad would be so furious.
And that's where she got introduced to erotic theatre.
I started off at the Summit Club. It was a great venue.
She was striptease queen.
That was very important for me because it was a stepping stone.
She was the Penthouse Pet of the Year.
It was the last Penthouse Pet of South Africa, but it was all stepping stones, and it all gave me a platform to speak about the industry. And then after that, of course, the big one was probably Survivor, winning Survivor. But in between all of that, working with Dion Opperman was absolutely magical. He is such a magic man to work with.
One night I was sitting there in the club and this gorgeous creature came walking out onto the catwalk there, and she started doing her thing. Blonde beauty, and she was gorgeous. I tell you, I can't tell you how sexy she was. And I said to her, you know, it's amazing. While she was dancing, I said, you know, you dance like you've got a sense of performance, like you understand that it's an act that you're performing. And she goes, well, I was trained as an actress. I said, oh, really? I said, where were you trained? She said, no, Stellenbosch. I said, well, I'm a playwright. And she said, oh, who are you? I said, I'm Dion Opperman. She said, oh my God, I studied your plays at varsity. I said, yeah, sit down, stop dancing, sit down. Talk to me. I want to do this play. I'm busy writing a play and I need an actress to act it. And you perfect, don't you want to act it? So we met the next day and I gave her the play and she looked through and she said she'd love to do the play. And that's how GiGi got involved in Whore.
And then we changed it and he translated it in Afrikaans, which was much more powerful doing a production like that in Afrikaans. But that's how I started working with Dion Opperman on this production. And this production was the first stepping stones that led up to nipple caps and G-strings. And we took Hall and we took Academy of Love, and we created nipple caps and G-strings came out of those productions. It's about the clubs. It's about a girl that she was a lecturer, so she did something completely different in the day, and then at night she used to dance.